Hello, well watchers, and welcome back to the Divine Well. And in today's reading, I'm going to be channeling a message from your spirit guides about a situation that they'd like to speak to you about today. So basically, we are going to get into the vibe of the day and then the specific situation that your spirit guides would like you to know about. We'll figure out what they need you to know about the situation and then see if they have any advice for you moving forward. So I am not going to be pulling the cards today as the video goes on because I've already pulled each deck or all the cards for each deck before I started recording. So go ahead and pick which pile speaks to you the most. We have pile 1 right here, and in pile 1 we have the citrine stone. And then we have pile 2, and in pile 2 we have the clear quartz. And then pile 3, and in pile 3 we have the amethyst. So take a moment and follow your intuition and which pile speaks to you, and then go ahead and check the timestamp in the description, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, pile number 1. You guys have chosen the pile with the beautiful citrine stone. All right, and so we are going to get into the message that your spirit guides want to be reached to you today regarding this situation that you're going to encounter. So like I said, I've already kind of pulled the cards for this deck, so we'll just go ahead and see what we've got here. So first things first, we're going to get into the vibe. So what is the vibe going to be for pile number 1 today, Spirit? Okay, drowning, over your head, overextended, rock bottom. Okay, this is very heavy. Okay, so definitely you're going through a pretty tough, you're probably going to have a pretty tough day, pile number 1. Maybe you're feeling really overwhelmed. You've got a lot of things going on. For some of you specifically, it's like work or school related. So I think maybe you're going to have just like a lot of either like meetings back to back. You're going to be talking to a lot of like different clients today. There's just going to be a lot going on. You're kind of going to be jumping from project to project to project. So with little downtime today. So just be aware that that's just for some of you. For others of you, you may be, just feeling overwhelmed with different areas of your life or things like that. But let's get into more of the cards and kind of see what else Spirit has to say. So what situation, I cannot talk. So what situation specifically are we talking about, Spirit, with pile number 1? What is the situation? Okay, and we have 6 of Cups. Okay, so I definitely feel like this is a situation where it does involve like interacting with others. For some of you, it involves interacting with others. For others of you, this is kind of referring to kind of how you've been feeling a little bit unbalanced in your emotional state. You've been feeling kind of overwhelmed emotionally, maybe been having a lot of anxiety about this situation, what you're going through. And I think you might be feeling overwhelmed with like all of the obligations that you have to people in your life right now. So maybe you're in a position of like a lot of responsibility and like responsibility within like close personal relationships. So maybe like in the family, maybe like you're the leader of your household, or, you're a parent in the household, I just feel like the obligations that I feel like you have to the others in this situation are like, these are soul tied like obligations. So it's not just like, work obligations or anything like that, or even friends. These are familial obligations. This is kind of coming across very specifically, so this is not going to be for everyone, probably just for maybe just even one person, but you might be struggling going through some postpartum right now. You might be kind of just really, really struggling after having given birth. I just feel that message kind of strongly for someone specifically maybe watching this video. So yeah, just having a lot of anxiety, feeling like very, very restless is what I'm getting. Um, I think you're kind of feeling overwhelmed by all the responsibilities that you have to the people in your life right now. And so I think that could be like an overwhelmed parent, maybe like, you're just feeling really overwhelmed about all the responsibilities you have to your kids. You could be feeling overwhelmed about the responsibilities you have to your spouse, maybe to your parents. Some of you may be dealing with parents who are kind of sick or are less able to take care of themselves than they were. So you kind of have to do a lot and step in to help them. And it probably like weighs on you a bit. But I definitely am getting the sense that I believe the situation that we're talking about is just kind of feeling overwhelmed with the obligations that you have to people. So maybe today you just got like a lot of appointments, to make for someone. Maybe, you have to run your children from place to place to place, and it could just be a pretty chaotic day. And you're definitely going to be feeling like that anxiety and feeling, just feeling a little overwhelmed with everything that you've got going on today. And so what does Spirit want you to know about this situation? The Five of Cups. Yeah. Oh. I think that Spirit wants you to talk to the people in your life and let them know that you're struggling. Again, I'm like going back to the woman or person who may be in like the postpartum situation. I'm not so sure that the people who are around you are aware of just how tough of a time that you're going through. I know things just feel like hopeless, and just like even just like in this picture, I'm just kind of like this woman, she's kind of, just like looking around and kind of like being an observer of her own life, maybe rather than just like jumping in and, like being able to be really an active member. I'm getting like a lot of passivity with this card right here. And so I'm just thinking that maybe I'm obviously not every person watching this video is going through postpartum, but whoever, the obligations that you have to the people in your life, they are obviously like causing you to be like feeling very overwhelmed. And I think like if you have the resources to reach out for help or just talk to the people in your life and kind of tell them how you're feeling and what you're going through, I think is what Spirit wants you to do. I think they want you to reach out. I'm just getting the sense of you just kind of feeling hopeless. And I just get a really just like hopeless, like feeling like I'm kind of like watching everyone around me just like being happy and like enjoying themselves, and and I'm just kind of sitting here like obviously in pain and obviously struggling, but nobody is seeming to check on me. Nobody's seeming to notice. They're just kind of all in their own lives and maybe all wrapped up in what they have going on. And like nobody's maybe really paying attention, or maybe that's kind of how you're feeling, that nobody's really paying attention to, the fact that you're really struggling and that you really need some help. And I just want to go ahead and apologize because I feel bad that, you're in a position with like people that you care about, and it just kind of seems like no one's reaching out to you and needing and wanting to help you, or not even wanting, but like recognizing that you need help. I feel really sad for that circumstance for you. And so I just think I know that it would have been nicer for you to have had them come and reach out to you first and to recognize that you're in pain and to reach out for that helping hand. And unfortunately they didn't. But I have to say that it is much more beneficial for you to let them know that you're struggling and to get support and help to open their eyes, because sometimes people just get wrapped up in what they're doing, and sometimes we need something to happen to reground us and let us know like, oh snap, it's not all about me. There's other people in my life who need help and need my support. So I think that if you choose to talk to the people around you about what's going on, then you're more likely to see different results, and you're more likely to see what these people would do knowing that you're in pain. because I think right now you're kind of making judgments about them based on the fact that they maybe haven't reached out to you in the ways that they need to, or maybe they haven't supported you in the ways that you feel like you need to be supported and that you maybe shouldn't have to ask for that support. And to a certain extent, I think you're right. But I just think that there's no teaching them a lesson in not reaching out, because at the end of the day, you're the one who is still going to be suffering. And at the end of the day, these people do care about you, whether or not they're in a position to show you that. They do care about you, and they would rather know that you're in pain and that you're struggling than to know, or for something to happen or for things to get worse and they could have intervened earlier. The people, they love you and they support you, but you have to let them know what's going on. And then, what is the advice that Spirit has for you about this situation? Exactly. Adjustments are required. And I believe the adjustments that we're talking about in this situation are kind of referring to the communication element. And, you know, you've been kind of going through the same pattern of this situation. And that pattern is suffering in silence and maybe sitting back and kind of being mad at people for not coming to you, instead of like kind of taking charge of your own situation and taking charge of reaching out for help for your own pain. And again, like, I don't think that these people are intentionally trying to let you down, but they are going to feel 10 times worse if the situation gets worse, you know, and they didn't know anything about it. And it's also in your best interest to change things up, to make a different choice, and to tell people that you're struggling so that you can get the help that you need. Because at the end of the day, your guides, that's why this message is coming across right now, and it's coming across this way because your guides they want you to get some help. They know that they can see it. Look, and look at that. Your guides are the ones that are fighting for you right now. They brought you to this video because they wanted you to know that they care about you. They're reaching out to you right now. They are the ones who are letting you know that you are worth being helped. Your pain is worth being talked about. You're feeling overwhelmed. You're going through a lot. Your guides brought you to this video to help you and support you through this time. And they want you to have more support and resources on the physical plane that you're on. But you can also always reach out to them because they're doing their best to reach out to you right now. So if there is anybody on your team who has recognized that you're in pain and has recognized that you're struggling and that you need help, it is your spiritual team. And what they're doing is asking you to make the steps to help yourself so that you can live a better life and that you can start making some positive change in your mindset, because you're just going through a lot right now, and it's a lot for one person to bear. You know, it's a huge burden. And with the right resources and the right help, you can really start to see some positive change. Everything is kind of gloomy and, you know, just not really mattering to you right now, and maybe not seeming like it's going to get better, but that's just because we keep on doing the same thing. If we want a different result, we got to do something different. So that's why those adjustments are required. So thank you so much for joining me in this reading, Pile 1. I really do pray and hope that things get better for you and that you're able to find the resources that you need to better support you in the future. And I wish you the best as you're going through this tough time. If this reading resonated with you, please like this video or leave me a comment so that I know that it resonated. And I will see you guys in the next reading. Thank you so much. Bye. Hello, pile number 2, and welcome to your reading. And so as I said before, for today's reading, I'm going to channel a message from your spirit guides that they want to reach to you today. So we're going to get into the vibe for today and talk about the situation specifically that's going on for you right now. We'll get into what your spirit guides want you to know about that situation. And then we will get into any final advice the spirit has for you moving forward. So you guys in pile number 2 have chosen the clear quartz. All right, and then let's get into the reading. So first things first, we're gonna get into the vibe for today. So what is the overall vibe, spirit? Cutting ties, freedom, standing up, awaken. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so you're definitely going to be, or whatever the situation is today, spirit, or today, file number two, whatever the situation is, you're definitely going to be cutting ties from someone or something, or you're going to be, it has to do with something in the process of like cutting ties with something or something, or someone or something. So, interesting. Okay, I'm interested to see where this is going to go. So, all right, Spirit, what do we need to know about the situation? What is the situation? Justice. Okay. Immediately I'm getting like relationship, break up with your boyfriend vibes. Okay, so yeah, okay, so justice. Something you're definitely going to be, whatever the situation is, for some of you, you're going to be like finally cutting the cord with a person, so a relationship. So maybe you're planning to break up with your significant other. Or it's possible that your significant other is thinking about breaking up with you. But since the vibe is cutting ties, I'm getting the sense that you're the one who's in control of whether or not we're going to cut this, relationship or even a situationship. It doesn't even have to be a full relationship, but I get the sense that you're making a move that is going to be serving you. You're going to be making a move that is in your best interest, I think. And I'm not sure if this person has done you wrong, but since it is like the justice card, usually the justice card, and then when I begin to associate that with a relationship, that makes me think of like you're getting your justice in whatever was done wrong to you in the situation. So maybe you're with a partner who hasn't treated you right, or who's just hasn't been fulfilling. Maybe you're in a situationship that hasn't been fulfilling, and you're finally making a decision to end that situation and kind of move on to bigger and better things. But at the end of the day, I feel like this has to do with cutting ties with a romantic relationship. So ending a situationship, or you're somehow in the process of ending the situationship. So maybe you guys have not officially ended it yet. Some of you might just be on a break from someone right now, maybe taking space from your significant other or your, relationship partner, but you're kind of, maybe you've been thinking for a while that it's kind of just time to end things, and maybe you're just kind of dragging this out. For a few of you, you're thinking about how you've been dragging out the end of this relationship and it's time to just cut it off. So yeah, so that's what I feel like it has to do with. Yeah, the situation is definitely ending things with someone. And what do you need to know about the situation? Okay, that totally tracks. So we have the Wheel of Fortune here. And so Wheel of Fortune is kind of about, like changing things, like, the tables are turning. And I kind of feel like this is in reference to a situation where the other person has like done you wrong, or like the situation is definitely just like not fulfilling. And I get the sense that because you're going to be cutting ties and ending things, and maybe kind of for once and for all deciding that you're done with this person and done entertaining their energy, I feel like just like that, your luck is going to change and you actually might meet someone else pretty soon. I kind of get the sense for this pile that you're actually not even like, it's going to be crazy to you just how much your luck can change just by like ending or getting this person or this dead weight energy out of your life. Whoever this is, they're definitely dead weight. I don't think that it's someone who you are meant to continue to be talking to. I don't get that sense, like literally at all. I literally feel like it's one of those people that as soon as you cut them out, it's just like that, your luck is going to change, like literally the drop of a dime. And I think it could happen, like things in your life could start really changing for the better, like immediately. So you might even meet someone new, like honestly the same day, or even like the next day or within the week that you like cut things off with this person. And I think that spirit has kind of been like edging you on to like cut this off, because what you're going through right now is definitely not fulfilling and they want you to move on to something bigger and better. So in order for you to get the justice that you claim that you want, you got to leave this person in the dust. Like, we came, we saw, we learned, we got the t-shirt, but now it's time to go. So as soon as I think that they want you to know, as soon as you start to drop this dead weight, you open up the door for a lot of different energy to come into your life. So just think about that. moving forward and as you're making the decision to maybe stop talking to this person. It just seems to me like the spirit wants you to know it's going to be in your best interest. And look at that. So this one is for the advice that spirit has for you moving forward, and conclusions are within reach. So I definitely think that's again referencing just how quickly your luck is going to change and shift when you leave the situation or get away from this energy. Because like within reach, it just refers, or me, I'm thinking back to literally like in your grasp. Like you do not know how quickly the tables will turn for you, and you can find like the real happiness and what you really, really want out of a relationship and another person pretty quickly. Yeah. So I just have a feeling that the only thing that's holding you back from moving on, leveling up in the next like phase of your life as it relates to love and relationships is cutting off this person, cutting off ties. Because like I said, like the cutting ties, it's like it's giving freedom, like standing up, like awakening. It's not like, oh, I'm very, very sad that I'm losing this person. It's kind of just really gonna feel like a weight off your shoulders. Like literally, I'm just thinking like dead weight, and it's just like falling off, and all. I just feel lighter. Like I feel so much lighter now that that weight is gone. So that's how I feel it's going to be for you. You're going to feel like 10 pounds lighter once this dead weight is off. So it's just time to let it go. And Spirit wants you to know that the second that you do that, luck is going to change, and you're literally going to see the results very, very soon. So yeah, oh my gosh, this was so great. Thank you so much, Pile 2, for joining me in this reading today. If you did like this reading, and you want to support my channel, please like and leave a comment if this reading resonated with you. I would love to know if you resonated with the energy of this reading. So thank you again so much for joining me, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye. Hello, pile number 3, and welcome to your reading. In this reading, we are going to get into a message from your spirit guides that they want to reach you today regarding a situation that you're going to encounter today. So without further ado, let's get right into it. You guys chose the amethyst stone. Okay, so first things first, we are going to get into the vibe of today. And interestingly enough, when I was pulling cards for this part of the reading, 2 of these cards came out. So you guys are the only pile that has 2 vibe cards. So let's see. So hopeful, inspired, optimistic, success, and karmics. Third parties, haters, lesson learned. Interesting. Okay, this is an interesting group of energy working together. Okay, I have speculations about this, but I kind of want to go through the other cards before I get into it. Okay, so what specifically, Spirit, are we looking for in today? Okay, what's the situation? Specifically, Knight of Pentacles. Interesting. Okay, it's kind of coming to me now. I kind of think that you could have somebody who's coming towards you today who... like, okay, for some of you, it's going to be someone who's coming towards you, maybe asking to hang out, like asking to go on a date, maybe asking to just like be in your presence, hang out with you. But I will say some people may be asking, for a hookup. I gotta say, this energy is not giving like serious relationship. So whoever this is who's gonna be coming in, and it may not even be like just in the relationship sense. For some of you, this could be like a friend, but like a friend who is not like a best friend, not like a real friend, maybe more so like an acquaintance, either an acquaintance or like a friend that you hang out with sometimes, but like you don't know if you know that you really like them. It's just kind of like sometimes you guys hang out, but you haven't decided like quite yet if you really like them, and I don't know that you're supposed to. Let's see. Okay, so we have Knight of Pentacles here, and This is referring to the situation specifically, what you're going to encounter. So I definitely feel like someone's going to be coming to you with some type of offer. So whether that's an offer to like go somewhere, an offer to hang out somewhere, an offer to see them, but someone's going to want to see you today, definitely. Okay, that's interesting. Someone's definitely going to want to see you today. And then what do you need to know about this situation? High Priestess. Okay. Okay. I think that just make an informed decision when you decide that you're going to hang out with this person or see this person or not, because I feel like this could be someone who maybe does not like have your best interest at heart. I'm not even saying that they're trying to like do anything sneaky or whatever, because I don't really think that. I kind of just feel like it's just not someone that you need to be taking seriously. Like, this is not like, if it is romantic, this is not like a serious contender for your hand. And if it's like in a friendship sense, this is not like a true blue friend who you're gonna be best friends with for like years and years to come. But you definitely need to trust your intuition when it comes to this person, and trust the feelings that you get when you're around them, because although I don't think it's something that would start off like bad, like it would kind of start off as like an acquaintance thing, but I think it has the ability like to kind of turn toxic just with this like karmic like third party hater situation. For some of you, this is for someone very specifically. This is a sign for you to stop being the third party in this relationship situation. You've been involved with someone who's in a relationship, and they're probably going to hit you up today and ask you to hang out, but no. I mean, you can do whatever you want, and no judgment here, honestly. I am not at all judging you. I think that spirit, though, is basically wanting you to kind of stop that, though, because, and it's not because you're really doing anything wrong. It's not really that. It's not really like a matter of right or wrong. Like, spirit doesn't judge you, like, in that way. They're not gonna like be mad at you for like the things that you do or anything like that. It's not about that. It's more so just about like, this is just not a fulfilling situation, and it's not gonna go anywhere. So like, if there we go, if they, her, he, them, whoever this is, if they've been kind of like promising you and maybe keeping you on like a limb about whether or not they're going to like break up with their significant other to be with you, they're not going to. They're just DTF. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that's what I felt when I first like looked at this, and I had to kind of like sit in that for a second and kind of figure out what I was talking about, because I was thinking like, oh, this is someone who just wants to hook up. Like, so yeah, your situationship or your third party like is gonna, I mean, this is just for some of you. But your third party situation, they're gonna like hit you up today, and they're gonna want to hang out. And you can hang out with them, you can, but I think that what your spirit team wants you to know is that like, or what they want you to consider is this a fruitful situation? Is this getting you anything that you actually want? Like, please like analyze like what this is actually bringing you, and if it's not getting you closer to like the actual goal that you have, then like I think it's just like dead weight and energy that you need to let go of, because at the end of the day, this person, I think you were meant to interact with them because like there is a lesson to be learned in this situation. It's up for you to decide like what that lesson is, but I think you're kind of aware that this isn't a situation that you need to be in, and maybe you've kind of been back and forth about what you're doing and if it's right and if it's wrong, but maybe you've kind of felt like the feelings between you are real. So that's why you've kind of kept on going, because you've been hopeful that, you know, they're going to break up with their significant other and choose you. And I just got to tell you, I'm so sorry, but they're not going to do it. And honestly, like, you don't even want them anyways, because like if they're willing to cheat with the person they're with now, like who's to say that they're not willing to, you know, they're willing to not cheat on you if they're with you. You know, you lose them how you get them, to be honest. And that's just like a natural law. So I think your spirit team wants you to drop this dead weight. Yeah, that's actually kind of what I feel like the whole energy of this is referring to. I think that, yeah, you need to drop the dead weight. Just no, stop being the third party just because you have bigger and better fish to fry. And just when you think about your deepest desires, like what do you truly want? Is what you're doing in alignment with what you truly want? That's the question that Spirit has for you. So I'll let you consider it and answer it. And then what's the final advice, Spirit, that we have for? Okay. Yeah, so the final advice, the answers that you need are coming. So I feel like this is referring back to the are they going to leave them? Are they not? And I just think that they're not. And that's going to be made very clear to you very soon. Or if it's not, if they've continued to like tell you that they're going to leave this person and tell you that, they're going to be with you in this and this, how long have they been saying that for? And if it hasn't happened yet, I mean, that right there, I think, is your confirmation, because if they really wanted to do it, they would have did it. So I think it's just time for you to consider that there's a different path that is more in alignment with what you truly want. And so, but I mean, obviously, like you're more than welcome to continue to hang out with them and do whatever you're gonna do. But nonetheless, the answers are coming. So just brace yourself for what could be on the way. If you decide not to take control of the situation, the universe will make a different choice. But yeah. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, pile number 3, for joining me in this reading. If you resonated with this reading, please like this video or leave me a comment so that I'll know that this resonated with you. I wish you the best of luck on your journey ahead, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye.